Hey there, buddy, Paler here, and welcome back to episode, what are we up to? Episode number 4 now of the Dark Souls 2 walkthrough. So last episode we made it up to the second bonfire here in Forest of the Giants. We are now inside the fortress itself proper, and we're going to work our way through towards the first boss. For those of you playing ahead of me, what I'm going to tell you to do is if we come down this ladder right here, follow this path right after we kill these guys. Watch out for that halberd, dude. This is going to be the way you go. Down through that fog wall. That's eventually going to loop back around, and you'll find a path that'll lead you all the way around and bring you to this door here. A nice closed loop path that circles around and brings you very close to the first boss. So that's going to be our objective there today. That's where I recommend going. There are a few other hidden items throughout this zone. Have a look around, see what you can find, but you get the general idea. Okay, for everybody else hanging around, let's start off. First thing we're going to do is we're going to snicker at the people that ran the wrong way, and we're going to run up here. They didn't actually go the wrong way. Just up here is a door that is locked, and we don't have the key. But you might notice it's kind of busted, so we're going to break it open with our mace, because that's the way we do things. Yeah, grr. And we're going to find a chest with small leather shield, some repair powder. We're going to find a corpse on the ground with no item on it, so we're going to whack him with a mace. Pick up this other item. Hand axe, radiant life gem, nice. And here, we're going to find a metal chest. Metal chests tend to mean good things. Good things mean metal chests, or something like that. Estus flask shard. Very good. So now we can upgrade our Estus flask. Small white soapstone. So if we wanted to do co-op, we could put that down, and you're seeing these white summoning signs. People put their signs up here. I tend to find they're doing this to put them in an out-of-way spot to try to do co-op with somebody, a friend. So they hide their signs a little bit. So only that person would pick on it. So I don't tend to summon any people from here. And for this playthrough anyway, I'm also not going to be summoning anybody like that. Alright. And there's another item right here. Divine Blessing. Good. Divine Blessing is just a general cure-all type item. Now, before we go venturing in, I'm actually going to go back to Majula because it's a real quick, thanks to the computer version loading much faster. And we're going to get that third Estus flask. So quick, so nice.
Is that here to see? However,
it takes longer to talk to her than it does to load the level. And then I click in the wrong thing. Upgrade Estus flask. Yes. Yay, Estus flask. So now we got 3 of them. We're getting there. No, I'm not trying to talk to you. Stop talking to me.
Seek soul.
Stop it.
Seek the king.
Stop it. I don't want none. Thank you. I like the Emerald Herald. She's actually a fairly well done character, and her story in the game is actually quite nice. But for how many times you have to talk to her, it means you end up hearing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And it just, they could have just done a real quick, after you've exhausted her chat options, she could have just been, "How can I help you?" And you could have gone right to the menu. They didn't have to do all that extra stuff. Halberd. 3 swings. There we go. Oh, nice leap back there, pal. He's not done. One big one coming. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Now, first there's a door here on the right. It is locked. This one we cannot break open. Don't even waste your time. Okay, as we progress through this fog wall now, we come to a relatively open area. Our main path is directly up this tree trunk and up onto this wall here. However, there's this little offshoot that we want to go into first, with a few guys. If you go back to the second episode in Majula, I talked about the larger house that had the locked door we couldn't get into. The key for that is in this area. Now, to get down in there, though, we do head up the tree branch a little bit, and we're going to hop off the edge here down to here. And in here is going to be a knight. Down he goes. Gonna pick up the torch, and we're gonna pull out our bow. There's several archers in this area, and they can be frustrating, so it's easy just to pick them off real quick. Like so. Now, if you don't have the bow, I'm going to play through again without the bow. You want to keep an eye out for... Can we see him from here? There's a guy up on the far wall, right there. You can kind of see that guy there. He's got a bow. There's a guy down below that has a bow. They all have bows. And that's the main thing to keep in mind as you're going through this area. You want to block their line of sight in order to either draw them out or avoid them. That's one guy down. Up there you can see the guy on the far side. That bow guy on the right is the one we have to worry about. So we're going to run up here, we're going to aggro this guy, and we're going to run away. And we're going to come down here, so we have this wall here blocking us. Shield guys are still very annoying. They like to hide behind their shield. You got to keep an eye on them. They've redone the controls. There's been a change for what used to be tap forward and right bumper was a kick that was supposed to... Hey, I don't like that. Used to be a kick that you could use to break block. It is now a punch. That right there can be dangerous. One of the reasons I killed this guy. If he shoots you while you're in mid-air, jumping over here, you're going to fall and you're going to die. So your best bet is to kind of hang right at the top of the roof there, and or the peak of the roof, that's what it's called. And as soon as he fires, then go. We're coming into this cave. We're going to slow down here as we got an Indiana Jones. Dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, da, that's... I forgot. What is oh, wow. It's been a while. Come on. I would know it if I hear it. That wasn't Indiana Jones, though. We're going to head up this way. And here is an NPC you don't want to attack. He's a cartographer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This guy's very long-winded. I'm just going to accelerate through. Basically, he's a cursed guy. He came to this area because he's fond of maps, and he was trying to map out the area.
I came to the
He has the key to the mansion. If we talk to him enough, he'll give us the key. And then he'll tell us you want to talk to him a few more times after he gives you the key. Right, there's the key. Talk to him a few more times, and he'll say he's going to go back to the mansion, and he'll meet us there later on. He's very long-winded. I apologize for accelerating through, but that's the whole thing. Basically, he's cursed. He's losing his memory. He forgot why he's here, but he likes maps. And he gave us a key. Alright, we're going to come back out here. We're going to climb this ladder like this ghost right here is doing. This phantom. And now we can go smash our friendly archer in the head with our mace. Yeah. That's what you get. Yeah, archer. Now there's one other item we kind of skipped because you have to go around a long way to get it, but we're going to go get it. And that is right down here. You probably saw it a little bit before. There's an item right there. So we want to hop off here. We're going to loop around and go this way and pick this up. Another item on the other side. We can't get through to there right now. We will get there eventually after the first boss. Boop. And now we can come around and we can climb up here and get out. Alright. Up the tree we go. I'm going to pop a life gem. Now, if you run up this area, or if you take it still up here, you can get to the top here without being discovered. You'll see here there's two night guys. If you sprint this, let's go back down and we'll sprint it. The closest guy will actually hear you. It's not a major problem, just something to keep in mind. See, he's turned around, he's kind of looking now. I guess my armor's light enough, it's not making any noise. Come on, let me get the backstab in, there we go. Alright, now the part where probably people who played ahead of me are going to be cursing. You got a ladder here, and this goes up. We are not going to touch this at the moment. As soon as you climb up there, you are engaged by a boss. A boss comes sweeping in on a bird. His name is the Pursuer, and he will likely wreck your face the first time if you're not ready for him. And didn't mean to do that. Okay, that's good. That'll work. Let's see if we can kill this guy here. So, and the Pursuer, he aggroes literally as soon as you start climbing on the ladder. So if you go more than like 3 rungs up that ladder, he's going to come and he's going to engage. And if he kills you, he will despawn. You'll only ever see him there once. After that, we will run into him again later on in the game. So if you did go up there and you failed, it's not the end of the world. I will come back and I'm going to do a video of both engaging him here and engaging him later on in his other spot. But for now, we really just don't have the gear to take him on, and it would be a very long fight. It's just very frustrating. It's better to skip it. Now, there was this guy right up here. He is a firebomb thrower, and if you remember, I bought firebombs earlier for a reason. I bought 2 firebombs from Valencia. That's because these barrels create a shortcut. And we now have a path back to the bonfire. Nice, easy, straight through. We just cut off that whole little bit we did. And we might as well rest to restore our weapon. Apologize, I just touched the microphone, I think. Probably sent a little ding through the system. Alright, go ahead and pull our bow out. Whoops. There we go. The far guy with the spear aggroes as soon as you're in this area, so just stick your head out here. He'll come up and play with you. Oh, do I want to go do whatchamacallit first? I think I do. Part of the reason we went and talked to the cartographer, yeah, this is going to be, it's going to take us about a minute detour. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to travel back to Majula, and we're going to open up that house. There's an item in there we want soon. Back here. And it's easy just to do it now, and then we don't have to make 2 trips or whatever. Now that we have the key, used house key. This is an odd room here. There's kind of this weird little library here with this massive book, and somebody was clearly set up here and reading. I don't know who it was, but there's a lot of books here. But that is what we're after right there. The Pharaoh's Lockstone. If you remember, I was going to buy one from Valencia for 4,000 souls. Well, there's one. We will eventually buy the one from Valencia, but just not quite yet. Come in here, we're going to run upstairs real quick as there's another chest item. You can kind of hear there's some hogs outside making some sounds. And a Titanite shard and a torch. Now back down and through into that other room. So down here is an interesting little room they've put together. This is a world map. Right now there's nothing showing on the map. Majula is kind of located, I think. You see this kind of little peninsula, come on, let's get my foot on there. You can kind of see right there where my right foot is on. There's that little outcropping peninsula. I believe that is where Majula is located. And what's going to happen is we go through this zone and we kill off bosses. If you kill the final boss in the zone's going to light up on this map with a torch, and you can track what you've completed, where it's been located in the world and everything. It's quite nice. Eventually the cartographer will be back here in this room. But in order to bring him back to this room, we must come down in here. We got to kill this skeleton. One of the things he says when you talk to him, I gotta get my stamina back. This guy has a very quick attack. Whoa! Was not expecting that. An Estus flask. I've never had him do that to me. That That was a pretty awesome parry move, I gotta say. I liked that. Human effigy. Then there is a Estus Flask shard, so we can get another Estus Flask, and there's a chest somewhere. There it is. With a Soul Vessel. Soul Vessel, go back to the other video, the lead-in video for this series. Basically, it's used for respecking. What was I saying, though? So, one of the cartographer's lines was he heard something down in the basement, and he was afraid. So he won't return until you kill that skeleton. That skeleton will not respawn, even if you rest at a bonfire. He is gone now for the duration of this playthrough, unless you burn a bonfire aesthetic. Alright, let's run back over here. We might as well level up a little bit. We got enough for, I think, 2 levels.
Is that a ship? Here to see light, however faint.
One of the good things about her is if you have a shard, I was seeing how she's chatty, she will mention, hey, do you have a shard? Let me upgrade. So if you end up picking one up but you don't come back and you forget about it, she'll let you know you have one in your inventory, which is quite nice. Level up. Alright, so we want to get endurance. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's good. Yeah, let's get a little more endurance. Do I have any? Oops. Do I have any? No, don't have any souls. Alright, away we go. Back to the forest. And now we can just take our little shortcut here. For speedrunners and perfectionist players, you can, this wall here that I went all the way around to blow up, you can blow this up from this side. You don't have to actually go all the way through. If you wedge your body here against the wall and throw a firebomb, you can actually break the wall down from the other side. The explosion will go through the wall. For reasons of showing you guys the area, I did not actually do that. Where's the third one? There we go. Okay. Do I have? I do. Good. This part here, so the game scales up in difficulty in several places. Beyond this ladder, I think, is the first step up in difficulty. It's not a huge step up, but there is definitely an increase in difficulty. And I'm kind of hanging out away from this area for a purpose. You'll see this hole in the wall, and if we stay here out this way and look in there, there's a bunch of ballistas set up. In that room is 4 hollow knights. 3 of them on ballistas, 1 of them out running around with swords. And they're all two-handing long swords. And this can be a pretty peculiar fight. My first time coming through here, I died 6-8 times trying to clear this room out. I'd like to have more firebombs. Actually, what we'll do is, just in case, we're going to equip our throwing knives also, as it can get pretty hairy. You don't want to go too far this way, as there's an iron golem out there we want to avoid for right now. But so the trick I found is firebombs work pretty well here. If we go and pick up a few more firebombs, it'd be nice. Let's go do that. We have 1,400 souls to waste. We'll go pick up just 2 or 3 more firebombs. It makes this a whole heck of a lot easier. Basically, since they're two-handing, if one of them breaks, each swing of their weapon is going to do a lot of stamina damage, and once they break you, the other two guys that are also swinging are going to hit you for a crap ton. Let's what am I doing? Come on, let's I have 1, so let's take 4. That'll give us 5. I can do math. We're not going to rest because we don't want to respawn these guys. We're going to hop down here. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick our nose in here, and we're going to turn around and we're going to run right back out. And, oh crap. Normally those ballistas will hit him and kill him. And there's 1 down. There's the other one. Where's the third guy? Oh. Normally it doesn't go that smoothly. Normally that ends up killing me. That went pretty well. Normally the first guy that came through with the shield, he will normally get hit by the ballista as it flies by. So you normally just have the 3 to worry about, but they tend to come out all together, not spaced out like that. And it's early on, when I was first getting back into the game, that pull right there was rough. Okay, down here we have our first death chest. Chests come in 2 different booby trap flavors. They either come in a form that pops up and shoots out a crossbow that shoots a bunch of arrows, in which case we want to block, or they come in one that spews poison, in which case we want to roll away. Let's see what flavor we got. Poison. Roll. If you stay in that poison, it's going to get you. It might not kill you. You can counter the poison with a life gem. Poison does do a lot more damage, though, than it did in the first game. Now, the Pharaoh's Lockstone. Something I kind of glanced over a little bit. I was thinking about talking about in my original video, my prequel to the series video. Illusionary walls have been changed, and we're going to see 2 different versions of it right here today. Kind of 3 different versions. So we saw one version a little bit earlier on with the wall that we could destroy with the explosions. There are several of those that we come across in-game. The next type is this kind of Pharaoh's Lockstone. These are a lot less familiar, but if we come over here, I'm going to hit this wall a bunch, and there's a reason for this. Notice nothing's going through. We can then put here, use the Pharaoh's Lockstone. This wall's going to light up white. You can now whack it. It'll open up, and in here are 2 metal chests. Metal chests tend to mean good items. And we can pick that up. A Chloranthy ring, stamina recovery, and Titanite slab. Titanite slab is good. Obviously, that's a plus 10 weapon item there. Not as good as it was in the first game. So that's the second thing. The third, this door is locked. If I try to open it, there's nothing there. But there's hollow soldiers inside, so if you whack it, they'll open the door for you. They're dumb. Darn spear guy. Let's take him out and get out of the way. There we go. What was I saying? So there's... what was I saying? The walls. I was talking about the illusionary walls and everything. As I said, there's the Pharaoh's Lockstone, where almost all of those, if you see one of those faces, not almost all of them, about half of them, if you put a Lockstone into it, it is then going to give you a illusionary wall you can hit with your weapon to give you an item, and it's normally going to be a rare item. There are some other ones that don't, though. There are some that activate traps, there are some that activate life wells and random stuff. I will try to show you the ones that I've found that are good along the way. Let's equip some of our rings now that we just got. Life ring raises maximum HP, not great, but helpful. Stamina recovery ring, also helpful. The third wall we're going to see here in a moment. Let's talk to Pate.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well, I hope you have a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the lid for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed.
Okay, so let's not beat around the bush. This is the new Patches. His name's Pate. Imagine that. Pate, Patches. He even wears almost the exact same armor as Patches from the original game. And you can pick onto that because he says things like, I'm going to drop that just so I'm not cycling through there. And we want to pull out our bow. There should be a guy. Can I get him? Oh, there he is. He's over there. Whoop! You know, he says things about the unsavory fellows, and he talks about this guy that tried to get in front of him and steal his treasure, but somehow Pate has his ring and everything. That's all the sign. Now, I was talking earlier in this episode about Pate and how you want to exhaust his dialogue options. He is summonable for the next boss fight if you do this whole little area here. And so we're going to run in here. The gate just closed behind us. If we look back here, the gate is now down. We can't get back out. We must proceed forward. I'm going to pop a life gem and I'm going to equip fire bombs because it's an ambush. Imagine that. Dark Souls with an ambush. As we move up this way, around this corner should come 3 guys. We're going to hopefully take one of them out right there. There we go. Now we're good. As long as we got rid of one, we're okay. Yep. You're gonna do your final swing. I got it. I know your moveset. Ow! Really, Mr. Swords? You're starting to annoy me. There we go. He's out of the way. Life gem. Trying to decide what I wanted to consume, an Estus Flask or gem. Probably could have gone with the Estus Flask. We do have 4 of them now. Up here, guess what? More of an ambush. Yep. Let's try... Now these guys don't like to come around this corner. Something about their AI, they will reset like right here, which makes, I don't know, it's a little weird. There we go, we can just shoot him in the back. Come on. And where'd the last one go? Alright. 3 different type walls. There's the ones that you can blow up with like barrels and stuff. There's also another one that's kind of in there. I don't know how I'd put this. You'll occasionally find like boarded up doors. Those you can be broken through. We saw that earlier with that other door up above. Then you got the ones that you can use the barrels and explosives to destroy. You have the Pharaoh's Lockstone. The other one is, if we can whack this right here all day long, there's nothing here. There is now what I'm calling the Wolfenstein walls. For anybody that played Wolfenstein 3D, they know that in order to find hidden secrets there, you kind of ran along the wall and you spam the space bar. If we hit the A button here, the activate button, there's a hidden wall here. It'll retract, and then we can come in and we can open this up. And in here is going to be our Sorcerer's Staff and an Amber Herb. So now once we start getting our int, we have our casting catalyst, which is nice. Let's see here. Is this the illusionary wall? Right. Yes. Good. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Those things where you have to run along and spam A, it's so counterintuitive to what you did in Dark Souls. However, my guess is they did it because of weapon durability. They didn't want you busting the durability on your weapons trying to unlock all these walls because the weapon durability is already so low. That's my guess.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't
Wow, that
come
guy has a
across her
Zweihander already? He must be a New
careful
Game
out
Plus
there.
or something.
There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself.
You can tell by he had that massive shield, so he had a lot of
But you
strength.
should take this.
And there is the White Sign summoning soapstone. So that's the better
It allows
one of the
undead to
two.
call out for help to one another, but across the fissures between...
Okay, we didn't make it all the way around, which isn't too bad. We're almost back to the loop around. We're almost at the first boss. But this is a fairly good stopping area. We're going to stop here. That's 30 minutes right there. Next episode, we will be killing the last giant. So till then, this has been Paler. Thanks for watching.